So you would put more money into circulation. Exactly what the movement wants, would you say? Interest-free money must be put into circulation. Exactly that happens. Wonderful. Wait and see. Now, if not only you have twice as much money on the bank, but everybody, there's much more money there. Wonderful, so much money. Everybody wants to buy things now. Money can't buy you love. Money can buy, but things. Money can buy things. Now the demand for products increases. It's all from the Book of Light. All from the Book of Light. You can download it for free at allreligions.com, 5,000 pages. So, now, people are now buying because there's so much money on their bank account. Now, the consumers buy, and the shops and businesses suddenly have shortage of products. Clear, if everybody buys, so now they say, hey, everybody wants our products, we raise the price. So they augment the price. Now we have higher prices. Because they know when price goes up, fewer people will competing to buy the same product, and will pay more for it, and the situation will be, so to speak, back to normal. So to speak. Now, there is a side effect, dear friends. Because you see, if you are a shop owner, everybody buys from you. You earn higher profits. You earn higher profits. Now you have more money in your bank account, right? And you can increase your spending. You can increase your spending. You may want to invest in new stocks or expand your business, whatever. You may also pay dividends to your investors or bonuses to your employees, which permits, or rather allows, these people to buy more products than they did before. Now there's an additional demand. Swings up. And it puts even more pressure on other shops to increase their prices. They increase. The higher the demand, the higher the price. Because productivity cannot fast enough supply when that happens. And we had this situation many times. Now, let's go a few months later in that development. Prices of almost everything have grown. Now there's a problem. There is a threat for suppliers and for manufacturers. It's too much demand. So they start to charge more. Now you see, you started on a run, on a hype of consuming, buying things, and now see what's going on. Why do I say this? Because your income remained the same. Your income remained the same. We haven't yet even spoken about your income. I just said your money is doubling in the bank. But your income not. Now, next step. You can suddenly not afford anymore the products you used to buy. You can suddenly not anymore to pay the mortgage of your house. When I lived in Los Angeles for 10 years, I met people on the beach. They were one day before multimillionaires, next day broke. Because when they had such a rush of money, they rented the house, a big villa, everything, loft, everything, big houses. The family, everything. Next day they had no more money. Couldn't pay the mortgage anymore. Now when your income remains, you suddenly cannot afford, as the Book of Life teaches, these products, because the prices in the economy have grown up. Prices have grown up. Now, what do you do now? You demand higher salary, let's say, from your employee, from your boss. In Germany we have Günter Gabriel. Hey boss, ich will mehr Geld, brauche mehr Geld. Hey boss, I need more money. Yeah. So, now what if you're self-employed? Yeah, you have to charge your customers. Who else? They have to pay the money that you need. Just so that you can maintain your standard of living. But in this situation, dear friends, everybody is, suddenly. Because, and throughout the entire economy, higher prices are spreading like a virus. Like the AIDS virus that I wrote of in my bestseller, The Man Who Created AIDS. I have the feeling, that was on Larry King Live, and they asked a doctor who wrote the foreword, the introduction in my book, Dr. Alan Cantwell Jr., they asked him, well, if this is true what's here in the book, if AIDS is man-made and injected in homosexuals and blacks to destroy them or whatever, why don't people rebel? You know what Dr. Cantwell said? Because they give a shit. That's why. See, people are not interested. But when everything goes down, they ask for help, exactly those who brought them into that misery. And this is why Einstein is true when he says, ignorance, two things are eternal, ignorance of people and the universe. So basically, the majority of people is stupid. You not, obviously, otherwise you wouldn't be here. But the majority of people is stupid. They are not interested in these things because they think somebody else will do that. And by stupid, I don't mean unintelligent. I tell you that the most intelligent people are stupid. They have no common sense. As we Germans say, keinen gesunden Menschenverstand. So there are stupid professors, there are stupid doctors, there are stupid whatever you want them. There are even stupid bankers. Some of them know the truth, others not. So intelligence, dear friends, has nothing to do with it. If somebody is stupid. Because somebody is stupid who does not listen here, who does not want to learn. This is a stupid person then. So now, and if we don't do something, they will, after the crash, they will go back to the old system, which works 50, 60, 70 years, no doubt. And again, the top of the pyramid wins and the rest goes down. It's the Federal Reserve scam that wins, the rest not. So, therefore, we come here on this pre-page of the movement. We come together only to learn. And then when we learn, we pass this learning on to our children so that they won't urinate on our graves, as I always say, when we leave them the national debt. This is why all nations in the world are broke. because of interest-bearing money, interest-burdened money. America is broke, Germany is broke, everybody is broke. Down and out they are. Just a question of time when Third World War, World War III may arise. I hope not. So therefore we must learn to prevent this from happening. See what I mean? Now we have here the situation in this little example that, see, it's very simple. When prices are rising, then also the salaries must rise. Otherwise you can't pay the price. So what the ignorance and stupidity in this system, which was built by the Bilderbergers, is when you rise the price, this is the price, those are the people who have to pay it. Look here, this is the price. Hello, this is the people who have to pay it. Now, we can't pay the price. Give us more salary. Okay, the boss gives more salary. Now we can pay, now. But there's so much money in circulation now, it's not worth much, so we must rise the price again. Oops. They rise the price again. They raise it. Now it's here. People, give us more salary. Suddenly you have an explosion of money, and only the owners of the Federal Reserve and of the EZB, of the allegedly state banks, they make the big money. You all pay the price. The first who jumped out of the window in 1927, or Black Friday or so, were the millionaires. They had invested, and suddenly came the crash. Now the first who will give themselves, although today it's not so bad anymore to have no money if you were a billionaire before, because some idiotic banks will give you money again so that you can cheat again the people. So we have to avoid this whole situation. Now, this is when you have inflation. And next step of inflation is always war. War. Now, banks themselves, I always said it, and they always say, no, not true. But it is true. They, as the Book of Light teaches, when they have a loan, credit, they'll have never to pay it back. They roll it over. It's called rollover. Roll over Beethoven. Yeah, but that's another rollover. And they take up even more debt. And what they do is how the big crash will happen, or how the disaster happened. They did know something, which they didn't in 1913 and 1927, and when the Great Depression was. The Great Depression came because people invested in banks and in stocks and bonds, and the whole thing crashed. Okay, but now a great cause of the coming depression is that banks give each other credit without security, and because they are forbidden to do so, at least in Germany and the States, I think too, they go to Cayman Islands, they go to wherever. There they give themselves money, and they did without securities, and so the bubbles appeared. It's forbidden from a bank to, it's forbidden for a bank to lend money to another bank. It's forbidden by law. But they can escape that law by going offshore, offshore.